Here are today's starting lineups. First for Indiana, Dampier, Hayward, Bird, McGinnis, and Randolph, and now for California, Payton Sr., Harden, Pierce, Leonard, and Walton. Here are the starting lineups. First for Indiana. At guard, in his 5th year, from Kentucky. 6 foot, Louis Dampier. At the other guard, in his 8th year, from Butler. 6 foot 7 inches, number 33, Gordon Hayward. At forward, in his 7th year, from Indiana State. 6 foot 9 inches, Larry Bird. At the other forward, in his 1st year, from Indiana. 6 foot 8 inches, George McGinnis. And at center, in his 8th year, from Michigan State. 6 foot 9 inches, number 50, Zach Randolph. And now for California. At guard, in his 1st year, from Oregon State. 6 foot 4 inches, number 20, Gary Payton. At the other guard, in his 10th year, from Arizona State. 6 foot 5 inches, number 1, James Harden. At forward, in his 5th year, from Kansas. 6 foot 7 inches, the truth, Paul Pierce. At the other forward, in his 9th year, from San Diego State. 6 foot 7 inches, number 2, Kawhi Leonard. And at center, in his 7th year, from UCLA. 7 foot, Bill Walton. Randolph and Walton will jump. The ref throws up the ball. Indiana controls the jump. And will get things started. Dampier passes to Bird. Dishes the ball to Hayward outside. With the bullet pass to Dampier. Bad pass stolen by Pierce. California fast break opportunity. There's a whistle. On the opposite side of the court. A double foul has been called. McGinnis with his 1st for Indiana. And Leonard with his 1st for California. Leonard inbounds it for California. Harden attacks the rim. Screen and roll with Walton. Passes to Walton. Out of bounds. Indiana ball. Dampier drives to the basket. Pick and roll going left with Randolph. He collided with Harden. Nice block by Harden. No call. Dampier with the layup. Harden lands on his backside. No foul called. Good. Leonard outside. Shoots the jump shot. Straight in. Bird finds Randolph inside. Quick ball. Indiana ball. Bird inbounds it for Indiana. Randolph flows underneath. Gets it to Bird outside. Shoots the 15-footer. Difficult shot. Fouled by Leonard on the shot. Drains it. Second personal for Leonard. Second team foul. Bird with a chance to make one at the strike. Bird measures the free throw. Good. That's 15 straight for Bird. Harden drives down the lane. Pick and roll with Walton. Cut off by Randolph. Harden with a short jump shot. Not this time. Walton and Dampier fight for the board. Dampier comes out with it. Dampier brings the ball up. Hayward to Dampier outside. Shoots the jumper. Won't go down. Nice defense by Payton. Rebounded by Walton. Outlet pass by Walton. California with numbers. Here's ahead to Leonard. Jump shot. Off the front of the rim. Tipped by Leonard. And Pierce gets the rebound. He passes to Payton. California will reset. Walton in the painted area. Bounces it to Harden outside. With the pull-up jumper. Challenging shot. Can't hit. Rebounded by Bird. Indiana off to the races. Long pass to Hayward. Hayward to McGinnis. Lays it up. Off the backboard. And gets it to go. Payton gives the ball to Harden. Sensational pass to Walden. Flips it up. Drains it. Dampier passes to Bird. Dishes the ball to Dampier outside. Shoots the jump shot. Puts up a prayer. Missed. Rebounded by Walden. Payton dribbles into the front court. Payton delivers it to Walton inside. He's posting up Randolph. Walton with a strong move to the basket. Shoots. No good. Rebounded by Pierce. And he passes it back out to Payton. They'll reset the offense. Payton to Pierce at the top of the key. Shoots from mid-range. Misses. Into the hands of Dampier. Dampier dribbles into the front court. Man defense for California. Dampier dishes to Hayward. To McGinnis in the painted area. With a short jumper. Spins out. But he draws the contact from Pierce. First personal, 13th foul. McGinnis with 2 free throws coming. Shooting .750 on the season. McGinnis puts up the free throw. Around the rim, and out. McGinnis shoots the second. Around the iron. And it wiggles out. Rebounded by Leonard. Harden dribbles into the front court. Harden to Leonard outside. Leonard drives to the basket. McGinnis deflects it. Steals it. Indiana breaks out. Hayward to Bird. Lays it off the glass and in. Harden to Walton inside. Walton lays it up. Randolph blocks it. Walton got it right back. Walton with the short rainbow. Misses. But he's bodied by Dampier. First personal for Dampier. Second team foul. Walton with 2 free throws coming. The first from Walton. Good. Lineup changes. Barnett enters at shooting guard for Indiana. Hayward moves to small forward. Bird moves to power forward. McGinnis slides to center. Harden slides to point guard for California. Miller enters at shooting guard. Walton shoots the second. Rolls around the hoop. And it spun out. Rebounded by Hayward. Indiana trying to beat the press. California in a full court press. McGinnis in the key. McGinnis drives to the basket. He ran into Walden. Offensive foul on McGinnis. Second for McGinnis. Lineup changes. Randolph in at center for Indiana. McGinnis leaves with 2 fouls. Harden outside. Superb pass to Bill Walton. Walton with the short shot. Randolph with the rejection. Rebounded by Hayward. Indiana trying to beat the press. Hayward drives to the basket. Pick and roll with Randolph. Pierce reaches in and steals it. Harden dribbles into the front court. Harden passes to Leonard outside. Leonard with the jumper from the wing. Around the cylinder. And out. Rebounded by Bird. Indiana struggling against the press. Dampier puts the ball on the floor. Screen and roll with Randolph. Cut off by Walden. Dampier pulls up and shoots. Won't go. Easy rebound right to Walden. Harden bringing the ball up. Harden takes it to the hoop. Pick and roll with Walden. Harden with the layup. Swatted by Dampier. Rebounded by Hayward. Indiana out on the break. Long pass to Hayward. Hayward to Dampier. Pull-up jumper. He missed it. Grabbed by Pierce. Harden brings it up. Harden outside. Gets it to Miller outside. Miller with the jump shot. Around the iron. And out. Rebounded by Bird. Indiana trying to beat the press. California in a full court press. Barnett with it left of the key. To Bird outside. Bird with the jump shot from the key. Can't hit. Rebounded by Leonard. Miller brings the ball up. Miller hangs his man out to dry and drives. Pick and roll with Walden. Finger roll off the glass. Good. California applying full court pressure. Bird with the ball outside. Outside to Hayward. Hayward drives. Sends a bounce pass to Dampier at the top of the key. He walked. Pressure caused that turnover. Lineup changes. Robinson replaces Hayward at small forward for Indiana. Payton enters at point guard for California. Harden switches to small forward. Pierce moves to power forward. Payton to Harden outside. Shoots the jump shot. No good. Rebounded by Robinson. Quick outlet. Indiana is off and running. California is back to defend. Randolph with the ball. To Barnett. Out of bounds. California ball. Lineup changes. Pierce moves to shooting guard for California. Miller R slides to small forward. Leonard enters at power forward. Pierce moving on the wing. Pierce with the jumper. Tough shot. No good. Barnett and Walton are fighting for the ball. Barnett controls the ball. Indiana trying to beat the press. California exerting full court pressure. Robinson outside. Robinson drives. Robinson takes the reverse layup. Good. 2:14 scoring drought for California. Walton inside. Gets it over to Pierce outside. Shoots the jumper. Off the back iron. Randolph clears the glass. Outlet pass. Indiana with numbers. Dampier to Robinson. Drives to the hole. Lays it up off the window. No good. The ball is batted around. Pierce comes out of the pack with it. Outlet pass. California on the break. California with a 3-on-1 break. Leonard to Payton. Payton drives hard to the hoop. Payton with the layup. Won't go down. Miller and Barnett are hustling for the loose ball. Barnett rips it out. Indiana trying to beat the press. California putting on a full court press. Barnett outside. Shoots a 15-footer. Tough shot. Too strong. Hard off the rim. Rebounded by Miller. Payton brings the ball up. The last 3:14 scoreless for California. Pierce with the ball left of the key. Gives the ball to Payton outside. Drives hard to the hoop. Lays it on up. Good. California in a full court press. Indiana rolls out their half-court offense. Randolph inside. Shuffles his feet. No call. In position down low against Walden. Spin right by Randolph. Shoots. Book it. Hayden gives to Leonard. Passes to Miller on the perimeter. Miller with the jump shot from the key. Airballs it. It's out. Indiana ball. Lineup changes. Hayward replaces Dampier at point guard for Indiana. Dampier gets a breather. Kemp replaces Bird at power forward. Bird gets a breather. McGinnis subs for Randolph at center. Randolph gets a breather. Harden enters at shooting guard for California. Pierce gets a much-needed rest. Pierce slides to power forward. Hayward dishes the ball to McGinnis inside. Matched up with Walden. McGinnis takes the little jumper. All net. Payton bounces it to Miller outside. Pulls the trigger. Won't go. Rebounded by Barnett. Quick outlet. Indiana fast break opportunity. Hayward to Barnett. Barnett drives. Barnett with the layup. Misses. It's anyone's ball. Payton fights for it and breaks free. Outlet pass. California fast break opportunity. Whistle on that one. Away from the ball. A double foul has been called. Robinson with his first for Indiana. And Miller with his first for California. Miller inbounds it for California. Harden outside. To Pierce on the perimeter. Shoots the jump shot. Knocks it down. They are waving the shot off. A foul was called on Kemp. Kemp draws his first personal. 5th team foul. Lineup changes. Dampier in at point guard for Indiana. Hayward slides to shooting guard. Bird enters for Robinson at small forward. Randolph replaces Kemp at power forward. Leonard enters for Pierce at power forward for California. Miller inbounds it for California. Harden bounces it to Leonard outside. Shoots the jumper. Tough angle. No good. Leonard and McGinnis contest the loose ball. McGinnis comes out of the pack with it. Dampier brings the ball up. To Bird. Indiana runs the offense. Dampier to Bird. Lobs a soft pass to McGinnis inside. Fakes. Shoots the short jumper. Straight through. Miller drives to the basket. Pick and roll with Leonard. Miller dishes to Leonard. Shoots the jumper. No good. Grabbed by Bird. Dampier takes it into the front court. Dampier hands it off to Randolph inside. Rises inside. Denied by Walden. Rebounded by Harden. Payton brings it up the court. Payton to Harden around a Walden screen. Defended by Hayward. Harden shoots the jumper. Around the cylinder. Comes up empty. Harden has missed 5 straight. Randolph with the rebound. Indiana running the break. California is back. Bird to Hayward. Pull up jumper. In off the window. Indiana 19 California 9. Indiana in a man defense. 4:23 scoring drought for California. Harden outside. Double teamed. To Leonard outside. Leonard shoots the jump shot. Tough shot. Off the side of the rim. Rebounded by Randolph. Dampier brings the ball up for Indiana. Indiana 19 California 9. Dampier gives to Bird. To Hayward charity stripe extended. Defended by Harden. Hayward shoots the jump shot. Can't get it to fall. It's out of bounds. California ball. California trails by 10. Harden inbounds it for California. California down 10. California scoreless the last 5-11. Payton passes to Harden. To Payton outside. Payton sweet fake, and he drives hard. Stripped by Dampier. Indiana fast break opportunity. Long pass to Dampier. Dampier moving the ball. To McGinnis. McGinnis drives to the basket. He ran into Walton. Walton winds up face down on the floor. Offensive foul on McGinnis. His third personal. Payton outside. Payton with the jump shot. Nothing but net. Ends a 5:37 drought for California. Harden is given the assist. Dampier swings it to Bird. Finds McGinnis outside. Walton covers him. McGinnis shoots the mid-range jumper. Circles the iron. Can't get it to fall. Tipped by Randolph. No good. Pulled down by Leonard. Indiana 19, California 11. Pierce outside. Passes inside. Bird hit it away. But right to Walton. Up fakes. Shoots the short jumper. Nothing but net. Alley-oop to McGinnis. McGinnis with the flush. Amazing play. Harden foul line extended. Finds Leonard outside. Stops and pops. At the buzzer. McGinnis stuffs it. End of the first half. Indiana 21, California 13. Indiana is led by McGinnis with 8 points. Walton leads California with 5. On the court to start the second half. For Indiana. Dampier, Hayward, Bird, Randolph and McGinnis. And for California. Payton Sr., Harden, Pierce, Leonard and Walton. The ref puts it in the air. McGinnis gathers the jump ball for Indiana. Dampier brings it up. Gets the ball over to Hayward. McGinnis inside. Shoots the short jumper. Well guarded, tough shot. Won't go down. Randolph and Leonard chase after the ball. Randolph summons it out of a crowd. Loose ball foul. Bird over the top. Bird draws his first personal. Payton passes to Harden. Dishes to Payton outside. Triggers a shot from the line. Splash. Indiana 21, California 15. McGinnis in traffic. Pump fakes. McGinnis with the short jump shot. There's a whistle. Tickles the twine. First personal for Walden. First team foul. McGinnis will go to the line for 1. McGinnis takes the free throw. All nylon. Harden sees the opening. Pick and roll with Payton. Harden passes to Payton. Dampier knocked it away. With the steal. 3-on-2 break. California is back. Dampier with the ball. Ball going down court. Dunks it. Leonard with the lob to Walton. Shoots. Missed the shot. Walton boarded his own miss. Walton with the 8-foot jumper. Good. California applying full court pressure. Indiana 26, California 17. Bird with it outside. Works it to George McGinnis in the rectangle. Defended by Walden. McGinnis with the short jump shot. Good. Payton dishes to Harden. Works it to Pierce outside. Pierce lets fly with the jumper. Off the mark. Rebounded by McGinnis. Outlet pass. Indiana on the break. Hayward ahead to Dampier. Dampier pulls up and nails it. Pearce outside. Pearce takes it to the hoop. Indiana is weak inside. Pearce lays it up easy. Good. California with full court pressure. Indiana by 11. Dampier with it key top. Dumps it off to Bird outside. Bird with the mid-range jumper. Around the rim. And count it. California down 13. Indiana in a man defense. Pearce with it outside. Bounces it to Leonard outside. Leonard drives to the basket. Cut off by McGinnis. Leonard shoots. Goes glass. And through the net. The OOP to Randolph. With the finish. Showtime. Indiana 34, California 21. Payton passes to Harden. Passes to Pearce outside. Shoots the 15-footer. No good. It bounces out of bounds. Indiana ball. Indiana by 13. Randolph outside. Leonard is face guarding him. Randolph takes the jump shot. Low percentage shot. Around the rim. Can't get it to fall. Hayward keeps possession with the rebound. And he passes it back out to Dampier. Indiana will reset. Dampier to Hayward in the lane. Dishes the ball to Bird. Not a good pass. Stolen by Harden. California down 13. Payton with the ball on the perimeter. With a chest pass to Harden outside. Harden drives. With the bullet pass to Payton on the perimeter. Out of bounds. Indiana ball. Lineup changes. Kidd enters for Payton at point guard for California. Kidd will see his first action. Miller are in for Leonard at power forward. Dampier top of the key. To Bird outside. Rises up and fires. Off the heel of the rim. Rebounded by Miller. Quick outlet pass. California with numbers. Here's to Harden. With the running floater. Can't get it to fall. But a foul is called on Hayward. First personal for Hayward. Second team foul. Harden will shoot two. Harden steps to the line. Harden puts up the free shot. Good. Lineup changes. Barnett replaces Hayward at shooting guard for Indiana. Robinson enters at small forward. Bird moves to power forward. Payton subs for Kidd at point guard for California. Harden shoots the second. Comes up empty. Walton with the rebound. Walton with the jumper from in close. No good. Fight for the rebound. Between Robinson and Walton. Walton gets it. Walton with a good look inside. Rolls around the rim. And it won't go in. It trickles out of bounds. Indiana ball. Lineup changes. Hayward in at small forward for Indiana. Leonard in at small forward for California. Pearce moves to power forward. Dampier passes to George McGinnis. Sends the ball to Hayward in the painted area. Bad pass stolen by Gary Payton. Payton gives to Harden. To Walton inside. Knocked out of bounds. California ball. Leonard inbounds it for California. California trailing by 12. Harden outside. Guarded straight up by McGinnis. Nice pass to Walton. Walton takes a 10-footer. Good. Bird drives to the basket. Pick and roll with Robinson. Bird gives to Robinson. With a good look inside. Leonard blocks it. Pulled down by Walden. Loose ball foul. It's on Walden. His second. Lineup changes. Hayward enters at small forward for Indiana. Randolph in for Bird at power forward. Miller enters for Harden at power forward for California. Indiana with a 10-point lead. Indiana scoreless the last 3:46. Hayward inbounds it for Indiana. Indiana 34, California 24. The last 4:05 scoreless for Indiana. Dampier gives the ball to Hayward. Dishes to McGinnis inside. With the layup. Tough luck miss. Walton with the tough defense. McGinnis retains possession with the rebound. McGinnis puts up the short shot. Nothing but net. Ends a 4:09 drought for Indiana. Payton top of the key. Passes to Walton inside. Fakes. Shoots the short jumper. Nothing but net. Barnett inbounds it for Indiana. Indiana with a 10-point lead. Dampier bounces it to McGinnis. To Hayward outside. Hayward ball fakes and attacks the rim. Miller blocked his path. Hayward with a little kiss. Kisses it in. And Miller got him on the arm. Second personal for Miller. 13th foul. Hayward will shoot one. Lineup changes. Bird replaces Randolph at power forward for Indiana. Harden enters at shooting guard for California. Pierce slides to power forward. Hayward shoots the gimme. Good. California down 13. Pierce on the perimeter. Puts up a medium-range jumper. Can't get it to fall. Indiana is crashing the boards. Harden and Bird battle for the board. Plenty of hustle. Bird winds up with the ball. Quick outlet pass. Indiana busting out. Hayward to Bird. Drives. Lays it up. Good. Pierce with the ball outside. Pierce with the jump shot from the corner. Around the rim. And count it. Indiana by 15. McGinnis inside. McGinnis lays it up. Walton deflects the shot. Battle for the rebound. Between McGinnis and Pierce. Pierce comes out with it. Payton bringing the ball up. Payton drives to the basket. High screen and roll with Walton. Cut off by McGinnis. Payton with the short jumper. Won't go down. Hayward boxes out for the rebound. Dampier dribbles into the front court. To Barnett outside. Indiana 41, California 28. Barnett outside. Tosses a bounce pass to Bird outside. Shoots the mid-range jumper. Missed. Rebounded by Walden. Quick outlet pass. California breaks out. 4-on-3 fast break. Pierce to Leonard. Lays it off the glass and in. Dampier outside. Bounce pass to Bird outside. Shoots the jumper. All net. California trails by 13. Harden outside. Passes to Pierce, charity stripe extended. Shoots the jump shot. Draws a whistle. The shot doesn't fall. First personal for Barnett. 13th foul. Pierce to the line for 2. The first from Pierce. Spins out. Lineup changes. Barnett moves to point guard for Indiana. Dampier gets a breather. Hayward slides to shooting guard. Robinson in at small forward. Randolph in for McGinnis at center. Pierce shoots the second. Around the cylinder. And it wouldn't stay down. Rebounded by Hayward. Barnett walks it up the court. Indiana ahead by 13. Barnett bounces it to Hayward. Sends the ball over to Bird outside. Bird with a short jumper. Nothing but net. California trails by 15. Payton with the ball outside. Outside to Leonard. With the pull-up jumper. All nylon. Indiana leads by 13. Barnett gives to Hayward. Shovels it to Barnett on the perimeter. Shoots the jump shot. Can't hit. Tough D by Payton. Bird and Pierce are fighting for the ball. Pierce gets it. Pierce brings the ball up. Leonard outside. He walked. Lineup changes. Dampier in at point guard for Indiana. Barnett switches to shooting guard. Bird moves to small forward. McGinnis in at power forward. Harden moves to shooting guard for California. Miller are for Leonard at small forward. Leonard gets a rest. Pierce moves to power forward. Barnett with the lob to McGinnis. McGinnis lost it OB. Harden drives to the basket. Pick and roll with Walden. Cut off by Randolph. Harden with the short jumper. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Randolph. Quick outlet. Indiana up the floor in a hurry. Bird ahead to Dampier. Dampier takes it to the hole. Dampier lays it up. Payton sends it back airmail special. Rebounded by Dampier. He kicks it to Barnett. They'll reset the offense. Dampier gives to Bird. Gives it to McGinnis in the low post. Loose ball. But McGinnis recovered it. Quickly gets it over to Barnett. Ill-advised pass. Stripped by Pierce. Payton takes it into the front court. Indiana 45, California 32. Payton passes to Harden. Dishes the ball to Payton on the perimeter. Shoots the fall-away jumper. Off the backboard. No good. Rebounded by Bird. Indiana breaks out. Dampier to Barnett. Pull-up jumper. Off the side of the rim. Harden with the rebound. California busting out. Indiana slows them down. Payton to Pierce. Pull-up jumper. Banks it. And in. Bird in the lane. Backs down Miller. Shoots from in close. Blocked by Walden. McGinnis comes down with the offensive board. McGinnis with the 9-foot jump shot. Gets the bounce. Harden on the side. With a pretty behind the back pass to Pierce. With the floater. Good. And he's fouled by Randolph. First personal, 14 foul. Pierce will shoot one. Pierce lines up the free throw. Rolls around the cylinder. And it won't go in. Rebounded by Dampier. Dampier bringing it up. Indiana by 11. Dampier gives to McGinnis. Passes the ball to Hayward outside. Ripped away by Harden. Harden goes end to end. Lost it out of bounds. Indiana ball. Lineup changes. Leonard replaces Miller R at small forward for California. Dampier passes to McGinnis. To Bird on the perimeter. Bird with the jumper from the wing. No good. But somebody got him on the hand. The foul is called on Leonard. Third personal for Leonard. 14th foul. Bird with 2 free throws coming. Bird shoots the first. Good. Bird shoots the second. Good. Harden inbounds it for California. Pierce drives. Screen and roll with Walton. Pierce slams it home. Dampier gives to McGinnis. Bounces it to Bird outside. Kicked out by Pierce. Indiana ball. Bird inbounds it for Indiana. Bird outside. Bird drives to the basket. Lays it up. Good. Harden inbounds it for California. Can't find an open man. Deflected out of bounds. California maintains possession. Leonard on the perimeter. To Walton in with the tall trees. In position down low against Randolph. Ball fakes. Walton with a strong move to the basket. Shoots. Knocks it down. Hayward inbounds it for Indiana. He lost the ball. Dampier got it back. Pierce grabs Dampier in the backcourt. Second personal for Pierce. Fifth team foul. Lineup changes. Kidd enters for Payton at point guard for California. Bird inbounds it for Indiana. Dampier outside. Tightly defended by Kidd. Trying to intentionally foul him. Wrapped up by Kidd. First personal for Kidd. Sixth team foul. Lineup changes. Payton enters at point guard for California. Bird inbounds it for Indiana. Indiana runs the offense. McGinnis outside. Quickly gets it over to Bird on the low block. Tightly guarded by Leonard. Nowhere to go. Leonard holds him. Fourth personal, seventh team foul. Lineup changes. Kidd in for Pierce at power forward for California. Bird inbounds it for Indiana. McGinnis inside. McGinnis with the short jumper. Bounces it off the glass. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Leonard. Payton brings the ball up. Harden outside. Shoots the jump shot. Too long. Rebounded by Hayward. Indiana is burning some clock. Dampier swings the ball to Bird. Works it inside to Randolph. Bad pass stolen by Kidd. That's your final. Indiana 51, California 40.